Welcome to another episode of Midnight Massacre. Today we're going to be talking about the most political horror film ever made, one that is more relevant than when it came out in 1988. That, of course, is John Carpenter's They Live. Stock up on bubblegum, grab your sunglasses. Let's have a Midnight Massacre. Well, that was unexpected. That's a lot better. Man, these things are really weird. I see things. Anyways, so They Live is a wonderful movie directed by John Carpenter in 1988, starring Roddy Piper, the wrestler himself, and Keith David. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, Roddy Piper, his name in the movie is Nada, so he's nothing, right? It's already brilliant. He's a drifter. He has no job. He is seen looking for a job, and he comes across this construction site that offers him a job. And there's another guy that works at the construction site, played by Keith David, and he's homeless. Nada is homeless, and he shows Nada this little community, this little encampment in downtown LA that is full of just kind of the rejects of society. And so Nada is very comfortable with this arrangement. He has food, he has a place to stay, he has a job, he's able to make money. What else more could you want? Well, you know what? There's gonna be some weird shit that's gonna happen pretty soon in this one. Right across the street from the encampment is a church, and there is a blind priest who is out there just screaming to the skies. Nada doesn't think much of it, but one night when watching TV, some weird stuff starts happening, and he thinks there might be some signal coming in from inside the church. And he decides to go investigate. And all he finds is a bunch of sunglasses. What is a church doing with sunglasses? Who knows? Well, it's about to get wild. Because what happens is the sunglasses, if you put them on, they show you what is really going on in the world. And the world is controlled by aliens. You look at a billboard. Billboard says obey. Billboard says consume. Billboard says marry and reproduce. Your money, it's a piece of paper that says you're God. So yes, it's not very subtle with its messaging. It's about, brainwashing essentially, and how we are, trained to be consumers. We're trained to do these things subconsciously. And the world is being run by aliens, and we don't know it because we are so brainwashed. So Nada starts kind of freaking out, as anyone would. Oh, I should also mention, when you put the sunglasses on, you see everything in black and white, and it's pretty neat. There's a great scene where he is in a shopping mart, a quickie mart, if you will, and he sees this lady who's obviously an alien. He can see it, and no one else can. And he's like, "You're one ugly motherfucker." And it's looks on the TV, and the president is an alien, and he says to himself, "Of course, it would be something like this, because yeah, I mean." So of course he starts wanting to warn other people about it. And that's where Keith David comes in, and he's trying to tell Keith David to put on these, sunglasses. And what ensues is a 5-minute fight scene of them just beating each other up so they can put on a pair of, so he can convince Keith David to put on a pair of sunglasses. And it's great, and it's such a classic scene that it's been parodied in stuff like South Park. And South Park, What I really like about this movie is it's very playful, but very kind of direct with its messaging. It's very much inspired by, Reaganomics and just kind of what was going on in America in the 80s. The homeless encampment that Nada is staying at the beginning of the movie gets bulldozed by police officers. Later, find out all the police are aliens. There's a famous scene where he goes into a bank just to shoot all the aliens, and he has this famous line that's, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." And from my understanding is that was a line Roddy wanted to use in his wrestling career and was never able to. So John Carpenter was like, go ahead. And this movie kind of dwells into this underground group trying to wake everybody up. And there is the glasses turned into contacts, so that way it's less obvious of who's awake or not. And at the end of the movie, there's a big fight inside this TV station, and basically there's this signal that's brainwashing everybody so they can't see what's going on. And of course, that signal gets turned off, and the whole world sees what's going on. You're watching TV, you're watching a talk show, the host is an alien, the president's an alien. And what's really great about this movie is just how unique of a concept it is, and how it just still sticks, till this day, especially in this day of, people being brainwashed and basically, false news, false narratives, social media just dumping a lot of fake crap at people. So it becomes very hard these days, especially, to know what to believe, what's real, what's not real. We see it on the screen. Is it real? Who knows? We got AI technology these days. We got, deep fakes. We got all kinds of crazy crap. But also the movie kind of tackles, the us versus them, the elite, the 1% versus the rest. And especially with what's going on in the world today with such a wide gap of wealth and privilege. It just holds up more because things have gotten worse since the 80s, and so you're watching it and it makes you like not feel great, makes you kind of believe that there could be an alien, running the world, or a group of aliens running the world. It could make you believe that money is our god. It's so like goofy and lampoonish, but it works so freaking well because it's like so set in these kind of psychosis of like things aren't what they seem. And it is a movie I watch like 2 or 3 times a year. It is a movie I absolutely adore. It's a movie that, it might be my favorite John Carpenter movie. It's a lot of fun, and Roddy Piper is phenomenal. He has a great kind of everyman sensibility to him. He is very kind of sardonic and sarcastic, and he's got some great one-liners. And Keith David, of course, is always great. The alien designs for the movie are really cool because it is just a skeleton guy. It's like an alien skeleton, and it's really unsettling. And it kind of adds an eeriness to this whole concept. And I will admit, when I first saw this, it was when I was like in middle school or high school. That's back when Netflix just had, Netflix was a wild west. You could find all kinds of crazy shit. Like I think you could probably find an uncut copy of a Serbian film on there, which I would not recommend. But this poster, like this was the cover, watching it on Netflix. And I'll be honest, aliens freak the living shit out of me, especially gray aliens with the big bug eyes. So seeing this, like, I did not want to watch it because I thought it was some spooky ass thing. And like, it's not. It's very funny. It's very witty. It's very unsettling. They do live, and they're among us. So you better go watch They Live now. It's great. Thank you so much for watching this brief discussion on They Live. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? Let me know down in the comments down below. Do you have any favorite one-liners? Do you have a favorite John Carpenter movie? I would love to know this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time, and remember to stay spooky.